Drinking coffee seems to be a simple daily activity for a lot of people, but the chemistry involved is rather complex. My name is Luke Weingart, and I'm going to be talking about the chemistry involved in coffee. Understanding the chemistry of coffee from production to consumption is important because of the popularity, taste and smell, and possible health implications. To start, I'm going to talk about some statistics involving coffee. Coffee is one of the most consumed beverages worldwide because it can easily be brewed at home or bought at almost any local restaurant. And according to Beans, approximately 60% of Americans older than 18 consume coffee. The average coffee consumer drinks 3 cups per day, and in total, this is more than 140 billion cups per year. In 2018, in the United States alone, 26.5 million 60-kilogram bags of coffee were consumed. However, according to this chart, the United States is ranked 25th per capita. Next, I would like to talk about 2 major compounds that impact our health. Coffee contains hundreds of compounds. Some are very well known and others are not. The 2 compounds that impact our health are caffeine and chlorogenic acid. The Center for Science and Public Interest stated, caffeine amounts widely depend on the type and size of coffee consumed. An example of this would be that a 12-ounce Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee contains 327 milligrams of coffee, whereas a 14-ounce Dunkin' Donuts hot coffee contains only 210 milligrams of caffeine. And according to Kemp, caffeine has a molecular formula of C8H10N4O2 and acts as a psychostimulant drug. Caffeine has also been linked to several anti-inflammatory effects. Chlorogenic acid, which is the other major compound, has similar side effects but is less potent. Chlorogenic acid has a chemical formula of C16H18O9 and is found in both decaf and caffeinated coffee. This leads me to smell and taste of coffee. The smell and taste are some of the most appealing aspects that keep people drinking it. According to Rover, he states that coffee beans are roasted until they reach a temperature of 210 to 225 degrees Celsius. It has been proven that the final temperature can alter the taste. As I stated earlier, there are hundreds of compounds in coffee, but only a select few contribute to the taste. Coffee is largely consumed for the caffeine, but the concentration is too low to actually be tasted. 2 main components that affect the bitterness are chlorogenic lactones and hydroxylated phenylene. Roasting is responsible for breaking down chlorogenic acid into lactones and responsible for the bitter taste in light and medium roast coffee. Over-roasted coffee is when the lactones are further broken down into hydroxylated phenylene, which provides a more apparent bitter taste. CoffeeResearch.org states that the smell of coffee is responsible for the flavor due to the taste bud stimulation. Nasal perception of coffee is just as it seems. It is when the coffee is consumed through the mouth and it drifts towards the nasal glands. OAV, which stands for Odor Activity Values, is used to measure potency, which helps identify which compounds have the greatest impact on the smell of coffee. Studies have shown that aromatic compounds have the greatest impact on the smell of coffee. Other compounds such as furans, pyrazines, and thiazoles, because of their low threshold, also do the same. According to CoffeeResearch.org again, coffee is considered a weak acid and is labeled as a 5 on the pH scale. Acidity seems to be favored in coffee, but excess amounts of it results in the coffee tasting sour. Citric acid, malic acid, and acetic acid are believed to play a large role because they are found in high proportions of coffee. Schmerling explained the controversial impacts that coffee has on human health. Moderate consumption, which is 4 cups or fewer per day, leads to an 8 to 15% reduction in health. Other things seen can reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, cognitive heart failure, type 2 diabetes, and Parkinson's disease. The amount of coffee consumption can also lead to minor side effects like anxiety, increased urination, and impaired sleep. Excessive amounts of coffee, which is above 4 cups per day, have much more serious consequences, like an increase in cardiovascular disease, High temperatures of coffee can make you react different than cooler temperatures. If you drink coffee at a temperature of 149 degrees Fahrenheit, which is above the average, it has been linked to esophageal cancer. In conclusion, coffee is one of the most consumed beverages worldwide, so it is important that you know what you are putting into your body. The chemistry involved in coffee is more complex than the average person knows. There has been increasing evidence that moderate coffee consumption offers health benefits. And here are the references I used.